Hello everyone, Recabilly here. Today I have a couple examples of melon farms and pumpkin farms. They are both completely automatic and they work great. One is not necessarily faster than the other, but they still work pretty nicely and I think you guys will like them. This first one is not entirely original. I've seen a couple people do something similar to this, especially for sugarcane farms, but I do like this one mainly for the pumpkin and melons. If we place down a pumpkin, you see it is immediately dropped onto the ground and then picked up by a minecart riding underneath it. After the minecart stops, it is then pulled from a hopper into the front and then you get your pumpkins. Pretty cool. To build this, you're going to want to first decide where you place your chest, go around the back side and place down 3 hoppers against the back, just like that. And now place your blocks where the rails will go on for your hopper minecart. At the end, you want to make sure that you put down your redstone block or a powered block, just like that. Now you're going to want to put down your rails, so start with a powered rail and go along just like this, all the way around, keep going, put down powered rails, and I should mention that you want to avoid these 2 hoppers and go around just like that. And continue placing your rails with the powered on the redstone blocks and a powered right at the end. You should have something like this. Now it's time for your dirt. You're going to need a 3 wide platform at the top here. I should mention that the front row should not be dirt, otherwise it can mess up things. However, I'm just going to leave it like this for the time being and I'll change it back later. After you have your dirt, you're going to want to put down your pistons in the back side, just like this. Then on top of the pistons, you're going to put down a block just like this to make a 2 tall wall. Now you're going to want to put down a sticky piston along with a redstone block. Bring out a block and put down a redstone dust there. Another block to the side along with a repeater. There we go. And you're going to want to take the redstone signal up and make all of these pistons into bud switches. So if you just have the redstone on top of these blocks here, like this, all of the pistons below will now be buds. Pretty cool. Then you're going to want to put down a block here and a torch here along with another redstone dust there. Now we're going to go ahead and change the front row here. I'm just going to put down quartz. Anything that the pumpkin or melon cannot grow on will work. Now you can see that this is a real bud. The pumpkin will break just like that and we'll have our minecart pick it up for us. But let's go ahead and start planting our pumpkins. You just want to plant them, grow them as fast as possible so they do not pop off. You do not need water for this. It works dry basically. After you got all of those grown, you're going to want to put down a wall to the side here so that none of the pumpkins or melons fly out. You can do one on this side too, but you cannot put one in front of the redstone block. Now let's go ahead and put down our hopper minecart, and on each end we'll put a block so it does not fly off. This can be any block, it doesn't really matter. There we go, and now that should be everything done. Let's go ahead and test it out. You should see the minecart moving. There it goes. And it should pick it up. Perfect. Now once it takes the item back to the hopper, we should find it in the chest. Perfect. This second one is probably my favorite. It uses mob mechanics to make it run instead of a bud switch, but it is basically the same thing. This, however, does not have a constant particle effect of redstone, which might mean that it is less laggy than a mob's pathfinding. Basically, the zombie senses when it is able to walk around here and get to the villager, and if it is not able to, like currently this is all too tall walls, so he cannot jump up there, but if there is a melon, he sees that block as a block he can jump on, and he will attempt to walk in that direction. Once that block has disappeared, he will just walk to the closest spot to the villager, which is right here. Basically, this pressure plate powers the entire thing, and it's very similar to the other one. The hoppers just take it to the chest. Pretty cool, right? So similar to the last one, you want to decide where you place your chest, head around to the back and put down 3 hoppers just like this. Then you're going to want to put down the road for your rail tracks, and I'm just going to use the same exact design that I did for the last one. You can do any way that you want as long as you make sure that the last one here is a redstone block. Then you're going to want to do your rails, starting of course with powered rail, and then you're going to head all the way around, making sure to put the powered rail on all of the powered blocks. This time you can actually put them on top of the hoppers, unlike the last one, and continue going around just like this. And you should have something like this. Now we're going to put the dirt on top, and you're going to want a 2 wide dirt path just like this. And then in the front we're going to put another block that cannot allow melons or pumpkins to be grown on top, so I'm just going to put quartz. Now what you want to do is build a path 5 blocks away from there and surround it with glass. This is going to be the cell for your villager, and then you want to put the villager inside here with carpet on that side. Now we're going to put down a wall on each side of this path right here, just like this. It can be glass or wall, and you put down the pressure plate, put down a dropper with a hopper facing into it, and any old item into the dropper. Now let's just make sure that the zombie will not burn by covering it up. You can also cover up the villager if you don't want him to get hurt. Now you're going to want to make sure you put down a carpet block just like this with the zombie inside, and you're going to want to name your zombie or give him a weapon so he does not despawn. The next thing you want to do is build a 2 tall wall all the way around. This way the zombie does not know or cannot pathfind around to get to the villager. Now on these blocks at the bottom, you're going to go ahead and place down your regular pistons. And then finish off the wall right here. Now we're going to go ahead and place down a comparator along with a repeater facing out of the hopper. And this block right here is going to need to power the rails, so you just take out that block right there and put a redstone dust on top along with redstone dust right there. And now you want to power the pistons, so we're going to take the redstone all the way up here, place down your blocks just like this, and the redstone right on top, like so. Alright, in some situations like this, he can still say that he's trying to walk around, so you just want to place down glass or another block that he cannot jump around or jump over, just like this. And then once we fill in all of the gaps all the way around it, you will see that he will move out of the way. There we go, perfect. Now we're gonna go ahead and place down our melons, placing the seed just like this and growing it with the bone meal. Once again, you do not need water for this to work. Alright, and now we're gonna go ahead and place down our hopper minecart. And this should be everything done. You can test it right now by placing a melon and you will see him walk over here. Perfect. The melon drops, the hopper minecart goes around, picks up all of it, and we can see that there's already some melons in there. Once it stops completely, we'll see that it adds some more. Perfect. So that is basically it. Alrighty, so if you enjoyed these creations, please be sure to leave a comment, a like, and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you all in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good day. Bye-bye.